Things they don't tell you about living alone as an older person. The quiet of your own home. No loud TVs blaring in the background. No mysterious hands sneaking your favorite snack from the fridge. Just you, your cozy space, and the beautiful freedom to do what you love, when you want. Sleep in if you feel like it. Dance in the kitchen at sunrise, or enjoy your coffee in perfect silence. This is the sweet, quiet joy of aging gracefully, when your time finally becomes your own. But here's the part they don't always tell you. Living alone in your later years can be peaceful, but it also comes with surprises, some challenges, some emotional turns, things no one warns you about until you're living it. And I've seen it all. After 50 years working with older adults, helping them stay healthy, happy, and independent, I can tell you, you are not alone on this path. So, let's talk about 11 real truths of living alone as a senior, and how to make the most of every single one. 1. You have to be your own safety net. Now here's the truth, my friend. When you live alone, you become your own first responder, your own backup plan, your own just in case. And I've seen it too many times. Seniors who slipped in the kitchen or bathroom, places we all think are harmless, only to realize hours, even days later, that no one knew they were in trouble. No one was there to knock, to check in, or to notice something was off. I remember one client, lovely woman, independent as they come. She told me, "I never thought I'd fall. I was just reaching for a dish towel." She slipped, hit her hip, couldn't get up. It was 8 hours before her daughter called to check on her. After that, she started carrying her phone everywhere, even out to the garden, even into the shower, in a waterproof pouch. It might sound extreme, but let me tell you, peace of mind, it's worth it. Here's what I always recommend. Wear a smartwatch or a medical alert device, something with fall detection or an emergency button. Some even check your heart rate or remind you to take your meds. Next, put your emergency contacts on speed dial. Your daughter, your neighbor, a close friend. Someone who knows your routine and will notice if you don't answer. And here's a simple, powerful trick. Install a key lockbox outside your door. That way, if anything happens, a trusted person can get inside without breaking down a door or waiting on the fire department. These are small steps, but they're huge when it comes to living independently and confidently. Because living alone doesn't mean being vulnerable. It just means planning ahead. And while we can prepare for emergencies, there's something harder to prepare for, something that creeps in slowly, not with a bang, but with a whisper. It's not a fall or a spill that catches you off guard next. No, it's something much quieter, something that tiptoes in during long afternoons and settles into the corners of your day when the phone doesn't ring. Let's talk about loneliness and why even the most independent folks aren't immune to it. Yurinde, even if you love your alone time, loneliness still finds a way now. I know what you might be thinking. I've always been independent. I actually like my own company. I'm not the lonely type. And hey, I believe you. I've met so many older adults who cherish their quiet time. They're readers, gardeners, tinkerers, introverts at heart. And in those early weeks of living alone, it feels like a vacation. No one asking for anything, no one in your space. But here's the thing. Even the most solitary soul will, eventually, miss the simple rhythm of another voice, in the room. One man told me something that stuck with me for years. He said, "I love my independence. But some days, I just miss hearing my name spoken out loud." Ooh, that one hit me right in the chest. It's not about needing a crowd. It's about the little moments. Someone to say, "Good morning," or to share a chuckle over what's on the news. And let's face it, as we age, our social circles shrink. Friends move, retire, or pass on. Families get busy. And before you know it, days slip by without a real conversation. So, how do we stay connected? Well, some folks find incredible companionship in pets, dogs, cats, even birds. They give you a routine, someone to care for, and a warm welcome when you walk through the door. Others join community groups or hobby circles, knitting clubs, gardening meetups, or fitness classes for older adults. You don't have to be a social butterfly, just a regular. You can also make technology your friend. Yep, even if you're not tech savvy. A weekly video call, a voice message, even a simple text can brighten your day. And trust me, your grandkids love when you surprise them with a message. And finally, don't wait for the phone to ring. Be the one to reach out. Invite someone for coffee. Write an old friend a letter. Sometimes connection starts with you, because loneliness may visit, yes, but you don't have to let it move in. Now, let's shift gears a bit. Because while staying emotionally connected is vital, there's something else that holds your days together. Something you may not even realize you're building. Let's talk about the power of routines and how they can become your greatest anchor when living alone. 3. Daily routines aren't boring. They're your secret superpower. Now, here's something I've learned after decades of working with older adults. When you live alone, your daily routine, it's not just a schedule. It becomes your foundation. You see, when you don't have a partner waking up beside you, or grandkids popping by every afternoon, there's no built-in rhythm to your day. It's all you. And that might sound freeing at first. But over time, it can feel a little floaty, like the days are just blending together. And that, right there, is where the power of routine begins. One woman I worked with, she's in her 70s now, told me she starts every morning with the same 3 things: a cup of tea, her favorite jazz playlist, and opening the curtains to let the light in. She calls it her sunrise reset. Nothing fancy, but it grounds her. It tells her body and mind, okay, we're starting fresh today. Another gentleman? He waters his garden every evening just before dusk. He told me, it's not just about the tomatoes, it's about purpose. It's my way of saying, I'm still showing up for life. And that's the key. These small rituals, your morning stretch, your afternoon walk, your evening crossword, might seem ordinary, but they give your day shape, meaning, and flow. They help anchor you in the present, especially when time feels like it's slipping by. Want to build a routine that sticks? Start small. Pick one thing to do at the same time every day. Maybe it's playing a certain song with breakfast, or taking 5 minutes each morning to write down what you're grateful for. Over time, these habits become little lifelines. And don't let anyone tell you routines are dull or rigid. No. They're the backbone of independence. Your rhythm, your pace, your way of saying, this life is mine, and I'm living it on purpose. Now, speaking of purpose, there's another habit that quietly slips away when you live alone. And it happens so gradually, you don't even notice it at first. Let's talk about movement and why keeping your body active might just be the most important thing you do for your mind. Nan-gu. Staying active takes intention, but it changes everything. Here's the truth. When you live alone, no one's there to nudge you off the couch. No partner saying, "Let's take a walk." No grandkid pulling your hand to play. And so, the body starts to slow down. And before you know it, those joints feel stiffer, the stairs feel steeper, and your energy feels low. But movement, it's medicine. One client, in his late 70s, got a little dog just to keep himself moving. "She needs to walk," he said, "so I walk too." Brilliant. It doesn't have to be a gym workout. A short stroll, light stretching, even dancing to your favorite oldies in the living room. It all counts. When you move your body, you lift your spirit. Every step reminds you you're still alive, still strong, still here. Now, keeping your body active is one thing. But what about your appetite for life and food? Let's talk about the hidden joy in cooking for yourself. Einde. Cooking for one isn't lonely. It's an act of self-respect. Now I know, cooking for one can feel like too much effort. Why dirty the dishes? Why go through all that for just me? But here's what I tell everyone I coach. You are worth the plate. You are worth the meal. One woman I worked with started making herself Sunday dinners, just like she used to for her family. Roast chicken, mashed potatoes, a little dessert, just for her. She said it reminded her she still deserved to be cared for, even if it's by her own hands. Try batch cooking or freezing leftovers. Light a candle at the table, put on your favorite music. Make mealtime special, even if it's quiet. Because cooking for yourself isn't about the food. It's about showing up for your own well-being. And speaking of quiet, there's something else that fills your home when you live alone. Let's talk about the power and the weight of silence. Ari. The silence can heal you or haunt you. Silence. It can be a soft blanket or a heavy shadow. Some days the quiet is peaceful. Your favorite chair, a warm mug, the sound of birds outside. But other times, it's too quiet. The kind of quiet that makes the walls feel close and the day feel long. I knew a man who kept his radio on all day, not because he loved talk shows, but because the voices made him feel less alone. That's the thing. Silence isn't just the absence of noise. It's the presence of space. And how you fill that space matters. Try music that soothes you. Podcasts that make you laugh. Audiobooks that keep you company while you fold laundry. Silence isn't your enemy. It's a canvas. Paint it with things that lift you up. And while silence affects the mind, there's something else that changes quietly when you live alone. Your sense of time. Kill time gets strange, so give it shape. When you live alone, time starts to stretch or slip. Some days feel endless, others disappear in a blink. I once had a client, widowed, recently retired, who told me, "I stopped knowing what day it was. Every day felt the same. Like it didn't matter." That matters, because without a rhythm, even the calmest life can feel like it's drifting. The fix? Give your time bookends. Create weekly anchors. Grocery shopping on Mondays. A phone call with your daughter every Friday. Movie night on Saturdays. Even small things, like doing the crossword with your morning tea, can bring the day into focus. You're not filling time, you're claiming it. And that sense of rhythm, it brings comfort, purpose, even joy. Now let's shift from what fills your days to what fills your space, and why the stuff around you starts to feel heavier, more personal, the longer you live alone. Itu. Decluttering feels different when it's just you. When you live alone, every item in your home starts to carry meaning. That old mug, the photo frame, even a worn-out chair. They hold memories, not just dust. Letting go can feel like saying goodbye to little pieces of your life. But I've seen the freedom it brings too. One man downsized and said, "I finally feel like my home reflects who I am now, not just who I used to be." Start small, one drawer, one shelf. Keep what lifts your heart, and gently let go of what no longer serves you. And once your space feels lighter, let's talk about something even more personal. Your social life, and how to keep it alive, even when invitations stop coming. 9. Sometimes the invites slow down. So start your own. One of the toughest shifts of aging alone, realizing the phone doesn't ring like it used to. Friends move, families get busy, and it's easy to feel forgotten. But here's the truth. You don't have to wait for an invitation. You can create one. Start a weekly coffee date, host a puzzle night, or invite a neighbor for a porch chat. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be you. Connection doesn't retire. It just needs a little spark. Now, while friendships are important, there's one relationship that matters most, especially when no one else is watching. Let's talk about you and the art of self-care. 10. When you live alone, self-care becomes a love letter to yourself. When no one's around, it's easy to let things slide. Skipping meals, staying in pajamas, losing track of the last time you got outside. But here's the thing, you still matter. And how you care for yourself, it tells your soul, I'm still here. I'm still worthy. Light a candle at night. Wear clothes that make you feel good. Cook something just for the joy of it. Self-care isn't selfish. It's survival. It's dignity. Treat yourself like someone you deeply love, because you are. And finally, let's talk about one last truth. It's not about your body or your space, but your peace of mind. Because knowing what support is available, that changes everything. 1. Knowing your benefits gives you power and peace. Here's something I wish more folks knew. You're probably entitled to more help than you think. From Medicare and Medicaid options, to food assistance, transportation services, and senior discounts, there are resources waiting for you. Call your local area agency on aging. Ask questions. Explore your Social Security options. Stay informed, and don't be afraid to advocate for yourself. Peace of mind comes from preparation, and there's power in knowing you're not alone. You've worked hard your whole life. You deserve support that honors that. Now, we've covered a lot today. But before we go, let me leave you with one final thought. Something close to my heart. Living alone in your later years isn't a weakness. It's a chapter filled with quiet strength, deep reflection, and the freedom to live life on your terms. Sure, it comes with challenges, but also with moments of peace, beauty, and discovery that only you get to shape. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to keep showing up for yourself. Keep moving, keep reaching out, keep finding joy in the little things. A warm cup of tea, a song that stirs your heart, a simple walk in the sun. And if there's one thing I want to leave you with, it's this. You are not invisible, and you are never truly alone. Your life still matters deeply. So take good care of yourself, the way you would care for someone you love. If this spoke to you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need a little reminder today.